Hello and welcome back to another video from 55 degrees north, right here in the amazing city of Newcastle upon Tyne. Today we're diving back into our local history to uncover 3 more incredible inventions that came straight out of this brilliant city. From life-changing technology to everyday essentials, you'll be surprised at what Geordie ingenuity has given the world. So grab a cuppa, hit that like button and let's jump right in. Number 1. Have you ever stopped to think about this? A simple light switch, something you use probably dozens of times a day, without giving it a second thought. But what if I told you this little invention that brings light into our lives actually has its roots right here in Newcastle upon Tyne? Back in the 1880s, the world was on the brink of electric revolution. The light bulb had been invented by Joseph Swan here in the northeast, just across the Tyne in Gateshead. But there was a problem. Early electric light switches were dangerous to control. Turning lights on or off often meant unplugging wires or pulling mechanical levers, sometimes even risking electric shocks or fires. Enter John Henry Holmes, a brilliant engineer from Newcastle. In 1884, working in his workshop on Portland Road, Holmes invented something that would change the world: the quick break light switch. His design used a clever spring-loaded mechanism. When you flicked the switch, it would snap the electrical contacts apart instantly, stopping dangerous sparks and making switches safe and reliable. And believe it or not, this basic quick break design is still used inside almost every light switch today. Over the decades, switches evolved. In the early 1900s, we got the elegant push button switches. Then came the familiar toggle switch, patented in 1916, giving us the satisfying click we know so well. Later came rocker switches, dimmer switches, and today smart switches you can control from your phone. So next time you flip that light switch, remember, the safe, reliable way we control electric light all began right here in Newcastle upon Tyne, thanks to the ingenuity of John Henry Holmes. Number 2. Kills all known germs dead is one of the most famous cleaning slogans in the world. But do you know the incredible story behind it? Domestus bleach, a product started in a shed in northern England and became a global hygiene powerhouse. Our story begins in 1929 in Newcastle upon Tyne. A young dental mechanic named Wilfred Augustine Handley had an idea. Using discarded sodium hydrochloride from a chemical works nearby, he started creating a powerful bleach and disinfectant in his garden shed. He named it Domestus. At first, salesmen delivered Domestus door to door using carts and bicycles, refilling bottles for loyal customers. By 1932, demand was so strong that Handley opened a small factory, and by the late 1930s, Domestus had become a household name across northern England. By the 1950s, Domestus was distributed nationwide, backed by the bold new slogan, "Kills all known germs dead." And it worked, not just in kitchens and bathrooms, but even in public health campaigns like Britain's polio vaccination drive in the 1950s. In 1961, Domestus caught the eye of global consumer giant Unilever, which bought the brand for £2.5 million. This marked the start of Domestus' transformation from national bleach to an international brand. Packaging changed from fragile glass bottles to the familiar blue plastic bottles we know today. Meanwhile, Unilever began exporting Domestus across Europe and beyond, each bottle promising to obliterate germs wherever it landed. From backyard bleach in Newcastle to a global brand fighting for hygiene and health, that's a remarkable story of Domestus. So next time you see that familiar blue bottle in your cupboard, you'll know it's more than just bleach. Number 3. If you grew up in Britain, chances are you've seen this bag in your kitchen, or maybe this little book tucked in a drawer. Bau Flour, one of the UK's oldest and most beloved baking brands. But have you ever wondered where it came from? The story of Bau begins in 1875 in Newcastle upon Tyne. A young grocer named Thomas Bell started experimenting with flour and baking powder. His goal? To make baking easier and more reliable for busy homemakers. At the time, people had to mix plain flour with separate raising agents, a fiddly process with mixed results. Bell came up with one of the earliest self-raising flours and began selling it under the name Bell's Royal Flour. But here's a fun fact. After King Edward VII died, using the word royal in trademarks became tricky, so Thomas Bell combined the words Bell and Royal into the name we know today, Bau. In the 1920s, Bau did something brilliant. They began holding baking demonstrations around the north of England, teaching women how to bake scones, cakes and pastries using their flour. These demos were such a hit that visitors begged for recipes. In 1923, Bau published its first free recipe booklet, the now legacy Bau Home Recipes. Millions of these little books have been printed, over 38 million copies to date. For generations of British bakers, this was the go-to guide for home baking. Today, Bau is owned by Premier Foods, but its heart remains the same. It still produces plain and self-raising flours, and the recipe book is still going strong, now in its 41st edition. In the world of artisan and gluten-free flours, Bau continues to win loyal fans for one simple reason: it works. Just ask anyone who has baked a Victoria sponge or a batch of perfect Yorkshire puddings. So there you have it, the story of Bau Flour, from a small Newcastle grocer's innovation to a British baking icon. So do you have any memories of using Bau Flour in your baking? Maybe you remember that first sparkling clean bathroom thanks to Domestus bleach, or even the very first memories of the humble electric light in your home. If you do, I'd love to hear all about it. Please let me know down in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a massive thumbs up, it really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you never miss a new upload. A massive thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on 55 Degrees North.